This program is brought to you by FASTSIGNS of Durango. More than fast, more than signs. FASTSIGNS.
Durango loves soccer, and it may be why the Durango Youth Soccer Association celebrates its 25th anniversary this spring as it launches a new season. But 25 years ago, when the Youth Association was founded, Durango's soccer obsession was just getting started.
Well, what happened in the early 80s, there was a bunch of guys in Durango who wanted to play soccer. And we had pickup games, and they were typically Tuesdays and Thursdays at Miller Junior High because they have that football field there, and we would play after school, so there was no one using it. And so we would have this kick around and we would play soccer. There was no goalpost, there was no lines. But Miller was happy to let us use that. However, it was difficult because the sprinklers would come on at inopportune times and we'd all have to quit playing, and we tried to talk to the maintenance guy and we sort of resolved that. But eventually, because we didn't have a field in town, 2 or 3 of us got together and said, hey, we've got to form a lobbying organization because we can feel soccer coming on and there's no facilities. So we had a meeting, and about 20 or 30 people came, and we started the Durango Soccer Association.
The Durango Soccer Association found what it was looking for in a small field at the La Plata County Fairgrounds. After adding sod, goalposts, and field lines, the DSA had its first dedicated soccer field. At least it appeared that way. The field also happened to be a popular location for local polo matches, and after one match, galloping horses destroyed the field with their hooves. That's when DSA decided to find a field that would be dedicated solely to soccer.
Well, we just literally got in our cars and started driving around looking for a flat piece of ground, and any younger person wouldn't know this now, but all that area where the Riverview field is now and those baseball fields was all just dirt. And so we saw, a soccer field would fit in there. And so we started to talk to the city and to 9R about, I think maybe it's jointly owned or something. And they said, if you raise some money, if the Durango Soccer Association raises some money and we raise some money, we'll put it in and we'll build a soccer field.
The Soccer Association was so successful that the City of Durango's Parks and Recreation Department asked the DSA to take over its soccer leagues.
Okay, so I recall that there was a Durango Soccer Association, and then a group of us, and that was started by John Mahoney and Jim Callard and a group of people, and J.D. Browning. J.D. Browning was the soccer coach at Fort Lewis, and he kind of got that all started. And then we had a meeting at Jim Callard's house. It kind of morphed into Durango Youth Soccer. We formed a board. We had an accountant and a lawyer do the paperwork, and then we started. And we were very small, with just a few teams.
During the association's early years, parents and volunteers ran everything. They organized the schedule, coached the teams, and refereed the games. Durango teams traveled to Albuquerque to play because no other towns in the region fielded competitive teams. But over time, other towns like Telluride, Grand Junction, and Montrose started competitive soccer clubs, and DYSA began to invite them to play in Durango. Eventually, the Durango Shootout was founded in 1995, and it has become the most popular tournament in our region. Scheduled on Mother's Day weekend, the Durango Shootout has grown exponentially.
So then we started doing programming. We started the Mother's Day tournament, and I remember going downtown and no one would buy an ad in the program, because coming from Mexico and Ecuador and being raised in Canada, then I grew up with soccer. So when you moved to the States, it was still quite small. And I made my kid's dad and Jim Rockelman were the only two that would buy programs because his son played with my son.
Last year, more than 2,000 soccer players from 135 teams, their families, and officials attended the Durango Shootout. Today, the association fields 330 soccer players on 20 teams. It hosts every skill level from beginner to Olympic caliber athletes, including a few who helped Fort Lewis College win several NCAA Division II national championships.
We just had a lot of fun doing it. And we kind of learned as we went. So it's kind of fun to have been involved in something from the beginning that's grown to what it is.
Happy 25th anniversary, DYSA. If you or someone you know would like to play club soccer this spring, visit durangosoccer.com.